The key aspiration is to make the archive and the collection a lot more accessible. Knowing what we've got, for starters, making it more available to the public across the site, and improving its condition and how we care for it. One of the key elements of the HLF project for the archive is to increase online access. And what we want to do with that is tell the stories of those aspects of the site which aren't as well known or that have a more specialist interest. The way we're going to make those accessible is through digital platforms, so through the National Trust Collections Management System, and then using the property website and blogs. We also want to have a digital record of the majority of the collections, the ones that, like the photograph collection, the maps and plans, the visual ones, and make those accessible via the National Trust Collections website. The cataloguing is what we started with in 2013. We recruited a team of volunteers to help us with that. So we went from a team of 10 volunteers up to 35. They've all been trained in archive cataloguing, identifying records, handling. We wouldn't be able to do what we are doing at the moment without them. Through the Arts Council and HLF, we have the opportunity to invest in our oral history project. We want to capture people's stories, people who live in style, who work at Quarry Bank. So it's not just about the people who worked here in the past and their families, it's bringing it up to date as well, because Quarry Bank's story didn't end in 1959 with the closure of the mill. It continues, so we want to capture that change and how style has changed, how Quarry Bank has changed. We want the archive and the collections to feature in every department, everywhere you go on site. We want the story to come through. Everything is embedded in the Quarry Bank story. So in programming we have the opportunity to tell the more quirky stories, the ones that sit outside our key period, and there are a lot of stories we have to tell. The archive reading room is a really exciting opportunity because it means that we have a purpose-made room where we can repack objects and we can research them a lot more easily. We can also open up a lot more to external researchers and provide a nice facility for them to work in. So it's really exciting, and it's not something that's very common in National Trust property, so it's nice to be able to offer that. This year we want to do a lot more work with community engagement and sharing what we have with our communities, so Style and Wilmslow and Wythenshawe. The top tips I would recommend would be to have a good plan starting off, prioritising the work. For example, we prioritised which parts of the archive we would catalogue first, and that was in line with the interpretation plan. So we looked at the Greg papers first and then the business. So it was following that plan, having a very good team. So we recognised that we would not be able to catalogue the archive without volunteers. We'd be doing it for decades. So we recruited a strong team of volunteers who are still with us.